Yo, what's up everyone? It's Brugsley here. A lot of people have been asking me how I got my aim so good and all that sorts of stuff. What's my warm-up routine and all that good stuff. So today in this video I'm going to delve into what I do to warm up, what I do daily to get my aim so good, and basically how I practice to get good at the game. So very first, you want to load into shooting range. This is what I do at the very start of any session. Okay, so now that I picked my op and all that sort of stuff, kind of just running through, what you want to do is basically I just immediately run here. Um, Aiming lane is what it's called, and then after that I open the options here, and I start off with using no cover, and then copy these settings right here, and then basically all I do is I just start a run. So after I do that with the 2x scope, I then switch to a 1x scope, whether I usually use a zombie, doesn't really matter. You can use whatever option, but just switch to a 1x scope, basically. And then you want to maintain the same exact settings. So once you're done with those first two drills, what you want to do is you want to go to options, and then you want to also turn cover on. And so essentially turning cover on is going to allow the dummies to be behind cover. And when the dummies are behind cover, you'll be forced to lean and shoot or crouch and shoot like that. So it just forces you to get used to leaning and shooting and warming up your movement and stuff like that. So that's why it's really good. So here's an example where you kind of have to be moving and shooting and all that sort of stuff. So just to give you guys the example that I'm trying to show you is I have them on moving and all that sort of stuff. But you see this guy, I can't really see him. Like I can see him when he peeks his head over, but it's difficult. But if I lean and move to the right, you can see him a lot more. Same with this guy. Same way, if the guy spawns over here, you physically cannot see him if you're right here. You have to rotate you have to lean and then swing. And it's really good to get you used to aiming that, so it's something that's very necessary, I'd say, to a warm-up routine. Now, it's the same general idea as the last drill, where we want to also do the 2x scope, because these are the two scopes you're going to be using. So, at this point, what you want to do is just click begin again, and then basically just do the entire drill again, but with the 2x scope. So, something like this will suffice. My aim's not really good right now on the 2x, my sensitivity is off for it, I don't know why. But you get the general idea of, well, what you're trying to do, so. Once you're done over in the aiming lane, I would recommend coming over to the recoil area, which is where you spawn, and then I would really recommend trying to get your recoil down and all that sort of stuff before you play or anything, because it's pretty important to get your recoil ready before you play. But then, yeah, that's all the stuff we're going to be doing in here, and then next thing we're going to do is move to free-for-all. So as I stated before, next thing that I do is I go into a team deathmatch or a free-for-all. I personally prefer free-for-all because it's way more fights, it's not 5v5, so a lot more interaction and stuff like that, so that's personally what I recommend. So at the start of the free-for-all, what you want to do is just pick an op you want to get comfortable with, someone you're probably going to play, because there's no reason to play an operator you're not going to play. I also recommend playing someone with high recoil, just so you can get used to pulling down and that sort of stuff, which will really help you. And then you just want to get a couple kills, not too many, you don't have to, get a lot of kills per se, but just enough to get you warmed up, if you know what I'm saying. So after you do some practice in free-for-all with the 2x scopes, I then would switch to an op that has 1x scope. I'm using Ella right now because I play Ella sometimes, but I would just recommend playing whoever you're comfortable with that has a 1x scope. So yeah. And so this last tip that I'm going to give for what I would do to get better aim and better practice is right now there's actually a 1v1 game mode out. So this will only pertain to those of you watching this video when there's still the 1v1 game mode out, but I would use this also kind of as like a custom, and I would essentially try to just get my aim better, you know, get myself in 1v1 scenarios, and it is just really good for your aim and all that sort of stuff. So that's just my personal opinion, and keep in mind this is all for aim wise and stuff like that. This doesn't even consider game sense or any of that sort of stuff, which is important to note because, you know, this game isn't just aim, but I'm giving tips just for aim. So, yeah. Yeah, like I said, guys, I wasn't recording for the last 2 kills in the 1v1, but yeah, I would just do 1v1s, try to get better, work on your aim and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, not many tips to give here, so. But that's it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. So hopefully you guys will be able to increase your aim and skills and all that sort of stuff. So just want to end it off here. I honestly thought that was match point and that I just won the game, but I'm still gonna end it here, guys. Let me know what type of video you want next. If you want tips and tricks, positioning, any of that sort of stuff. So GG's, boys, and you guys have a good one.